Let's see. But how you been over the past weekend? I'm still beat up, basically. It's ridiculous. But it's one of those things that I had to go analyze certain things. Let's see. Am I
Oh,
coming live
no.
yet?
Ye
Okay.
no,
Where's the
that's
live
phenomenal,
button?
man. I'm glad, like,
You
that
do
you
not have
were
permission to live stream. Recording it again. Preparing to go live stream. Yeah.
we're good.
We can talk. When I jumped in the truck, we went over, got to Vegas. He said, "Okay, boo, time to get on, hit those brakes, this and that." And then, just a fact, I put on my trucker's hat. Shout out to my boy Mai with H9 Trucking. If you want all your car hauling needs or whatever, yeah, reach out to him or reach out to me. But it was like I gotta tell you, I was sorry about that one because it was cool. Yeah, when I was coming back, and I'll tell you, like I was talking to God when I was
Yeah.
driving because he was sleeping. And
Mhm.
it was a really good one. In fact, this could be a good opening start. I was having a prayer call with God, and how I started driving was I started in an automatic roll-off truck, and the same exact truck passed by me on the left. So that's got to be a sign, right, of something good to happen. We went this way. I said, "You got a sense of humor, right? Okay, we're having this conversation." On the other way, coming back, Doc, I see the BOP bus, the orange one that I've been training guys in for the longest time. So I'm going this way, a
Yeah.
sign that he's still watching over me. On the
Mhm.
opposite side, I see the BOP bus because you already, it's blacked out. You wouldn't know it's a BOP bus unless you knew you've been in a BOP bus.
Yeah.
So that was like, that's how we started out. Going over our topic, jumping in the confidence series of this going on is it's so cool because if you didn't jump in a job, and this truck is longer than a 53, this thing is 80.
Dang.
I'm Yeah, so it's an 80-footer, and I'm hauling. As if you don't have confidence there, like you said last week, I'll list all the things that you've done
Mhm.
that you said you would accomplish and you didn't.
Yeah.
Hey guys, Gordon Wat here from Baldies or Brotherhood with my co-host.
It's Dr. Keith Fairclough. Good to
You
be
can
back,
take it away.
y'all.
I've been talking too much already.
It ties in, though, because
Interesting.
when you haven't driven in a while and being able to get back in there, it's, I don't know if I still got it. And then it's, you still got it. And it's God sent you the one truck passed by, and then the other one, it's
That
like the
was
confirmation, you still got it, which
that was
allowed
so
you to
cool.
then go, oh, yeah, it ties in.
Yeah, it's so good. So Doc, today's topic, part 3 of the Confidence audio series. Overcoming self-doubt. Guys, now we're getting into some nitty-gritty stuff, right? Some of the problems that you might have overcoming self-doubt, anxiety, you know what I mean? All these things leads into certain things. If you have a problem with some of those, list them in the comments down below. Doc, let us know some of the key points, some of the things or introduction, because I'm revved up about this self-doubt one, because this is a topic most men have that they don't want to talk about. They don't want to talk
Yeah.
about. Go ahead.
You know what I'm saying? You're not allowed to talk about it, right? Because we're supposed to have it all together. We're supposed to be confident. We're not supposed to be scared. We're not supposed to be overwhelmed. And we're definitely not supposed to have any type of self-doubt, right? So if you're having doubts, I don't know if we can win this game. I don't know if I can pull this thing off. No one wants to hear that, right? They're gonna be like, oh, you're weak. How could you say that? The ridicule comes, right? That came from I'm not blasting any parents or anything like that, but that's what happens, right? You're a child, you try something, it doesn't work out, and you get chastised for it. Or you try something and it's not good enough, so you get chastised for it. Or you get a long lecture or something like that. So over time, guess what happens? You do start to doubt yourself. There's also that if you do try something in certain spaces, this is usually not inside the home, but usually outside. If you're a child and you're at school and you try something or say something, what happens? You get ridiculed. You get rejected. You don't want to be your friend anymore. It's a form of rejection. So now you compound this time and time again, right? And then what ends up happening, of course, you start doubting yourself. Why? Because all the success that you've ever made, all the things that you've done before have been masked by the fact that, oh, you're not good enough. As parents, it's almost like telling your kids, listen, you're not good enough. Sorry, I know you tried to clean up the mess, but see, it's still sticky on the floor. There's still juice here. See, you're not good enough.
Right.
That's how kids take it. So now imagine taking that message over and over again. I'm not good enough. And nothing I do works. I can't be successful. And then boom, that's where self-doubt comes in. And so now you're second guessing every single thing you do. Anxiety runs rampant, second guessing yourself. And again, can't share this to anybody. So you're like dying on the inside this whole time. So a lot when it comes to self-doubt, man, it's heavy. Honestly, it's heavy because you can't open up and share about it. You're not a man if you so that's
Well,
just
it's one of those
that's
things,
real,
right?
man. Yeah.
It's one of those things. Confidence, experience, wisdom, practicality, self doubt, they all play a role in each other. If you really analyze it, now, if you're a person that has self doubt, anxiety, self isolation, all this other stuff, it comes from a belief from something else that you've been told, maybe like Doc said, from your parents, something like that you're not good enough. But how does it interpret it to the real world? I don't understand the new men. You mean the new men nowadays? Because everything was given to them. Maybe they have certain entitlement issues, but they don't know how to deal with it by themselves. They don't even know how to deal with it, right?
Mhm.
Now, I try to understand, like, when I know it's real for them, I've taken steps to overcome certain things, fear of doing something new, fear of doing something. Those all integrate with self-doubt. What are some of the problems if you don't do something of your self-doubt now that handles in the future? Because you see all kind of different men, all kind of different couples, relationships. It's in your practice. What happens when it doesn't get addressed?
How far to the extent can I go to? Right. Ultimately, I don't know what's
Yeah.
allowed to say online or whatnot, but ultimately, if it's not addressed, it could truly lead, it could lead to suicide. It really can. If you think you're never good enough, if nothing you ever do is good enough, you're never good enough at work, you're never good enough at home, you're never good enough in community, like nothing you ever do is good enough because that's the message you received as a child, then shoot, why should I keep trying? Why am I even here? Because the thing is, Gordon, with self doubt, it's not just doubting your ability to accomplish something. If it was just that, it'd be a lot easier. Okay, well,
Mhm.
I can accomplish certain things. It's not that, right? We don't feel like we're enough intrinsically, right? The parents, the lesson that was taught to the kids was not that, oh, the work you did wasn't good enough because XYZ. The message that the kids receive is no matter what you do, you're not good enough. And so that's the message that carries into your marriage and it carries into when you're trying to start a business. It carries into everything. And here's the problem, Gordon, because some people are so gifted and talented and phenomenal. They have so much success. They're able to accomplish and accumulate so much stuff. It looks like on the outside, like they got it all together. But in them,
Repeat that. Doc, take that one home. Repeat that one, because that one is that's like a thing that's an underlying killer.
yes.
Honestly, that's an underlying killer because they want to put up this facade. They want to put, but take that one home because that one is mentioned. It has to be mentioned 2, 3 times, because even like that meeting that you went with a few weeks ago, where you had CEOs and stuff,
Mhm.
but they still have self doubt on everything else.
So what we will try to do, we will try to prove that we are enough through our accomplishments, achievements, the money we make, the things we accumulate, the family we build, the organization, the company we build. And it will never, ever be enough, ever. And so what ends up happening is then you give up. If nothing I do is good enough, I've accomplished everything. I'm on top of the world seemingly, and I'm still not enough. So then what ends up happening is you want to give up. It's like, why even continue in life anymore? I'm not a good husband. I'm not a good father. I'm not a good businessman. I'm not a good believer. I'm not good at anything. I'm just not enough. There's all these faults, right? Because what ends up happening is it's the stuff. Again, we get all the stuff that doesn't do anything, right? If it was just self-doubt in the sense of, oh, I can't do it, it'd be easier. But again, it's you take on the moniker of I'm not good enough. And what comes with that moniker is all the negative thoughts. See, this is how you messed up. See, if you are really a man of God, see, if you are really a good businessman, if you are really charitable, if you are really a good husband, you wouldn't have done this. If you're really good. And so you get all these negative messages constantly. And so then it's shoot, if I'm useless, I'm worthless. This is what goes on in their mind. Then shoot, then why am I even here? You know, and
True.
so we wonder why the suicide success rate for men is so high because all that stuff's built up. Self-doubt, it's not just about not being able to do something, right? It's not just about, oh, I doubt I can talk to this girl. It's so much deeper than that. It's so much deeper than that. And this thing sits in us and it builds. I know I've been there before. I've definitely been there before.
Yeah, it's one of those things that's funny. Like we wanted to, in fact, me and Doc was going to try and do some video commentaries on certain videos and stuff like that to move forward. Like Doc said, in today's world, how do I even get a job? How do I even interview? They doubt themselves. For me, I'll tell you a true story. What happened to me? I come out of prison after doing 12 years doing stuff. They tell me, do not get a job on the strip. They won't allow you. They won't allow you to do it because of your record.
Mm.
I'm the type. I guess I'm coming from a different type because of all my experiences and stuff. I go and I try to do it because they wouldn't hire me outside the strip.
Mm-hmm.
Walmart, all this stuff I had to go do online. There is no more a handshake when you come out, when the phone talks to you, when you went in, when the phone didn't talk to you, right?
Mm.
So now you come out and I have the confidence and the slight arrogance to prove people wrong so I can
Mhm.
interview and do everything in a way so that I can get that opportunity. Where I solidified my job at the hotel I'll just say what it is because I don't work there anymore, at the Cosmopolitan Hotel. When the question was asked to me, Gordon, what is your fault and what kind of self-doubt do you have? I said, I can't stand incompetency
Mhm.
and dishonest people.
Mhm.
My interviewer looked at me. I can tell that you're confident and I'm going to give you a chance. By not having self-doubt to shoot my shot. Because if you don't shoot your shot and you have self-doubt and that side pulls you this way, could you have done that? And that's what I'm seeing with men, boys, because they have the Instagram, the fame thing like this. They're gonna do this. It's not real, guys, in the real world.
Mhm.
Not everybody can go drive, go make YouTube videos and be a butthole and create that type of content. All those guys fail because they want the attention.
Yep.
Self-doubt, attention feeds that confidence. But Doc, how do some of these guys use self-compassion in solving this and silencing that inner critic in them?
First, you got to recognize that voice in your head is not your own voice. You did not put that there. That was not there with
Oh,
you when you were a
nice.
child. You're not dealing with yourself. You're dealing with with an invader. You're dealing with that voice is your enemy. It's not your friend. If that's my enemy that is in my mind, if that's my enemy, then why would I believe anything my enemy says? Right. So the first thing is you have to recognize who you're dealing with, right? I'm dealing with an enemy. I'm dealing with someone who's against me. Because here's the thing, the way our brains operate, our brains are there to keep us alive. Our brain is not going to do something that's going to harm the system. So anything that comes in the system that is harming the system is not part of your system because that's not how it works. A human body that operates normally does not just attack itself out the blue. So first thing, recognizing that voice is not your voice. That is not your friend. That is your enemy. That self-doubt is not keeping you alive. That self-doubt is keeping you chained. It's keeping you bound. It's keeping you scared.
Oh,
Keeping you from making
yeah.
advancements. It's keeping you from saving your marriage. It's keeping you from helping your kids. That's what that self-doubt's doing. It's keeping you from being the man that you are designed to be. So identify the enemy and then recognize anything that comes out of your enemy's mouth is a lie. So that's the first thing. Right. The second thing is we talk about self-compassion because you understand it's not the enemy. But if the enemy is going to speak like, "Oh, it can't believe you made that mistake." This is where the compassion comes in, right? That it's okay to make mistakes. I don't have to get it right every time. I'm not going to get it right every time. Sometimes I'm going to misspeak. Sometimes I'm going to blow up. Sometimes I'm going to maybe not produce my best work. It's okay. No one is expecting us to be perfect. That's impossible. So that you can recognize that, okay, even if I did fall short, my inner critic, right, that voice, my enemy, it says, oh, see, you're not good enough because X, Y, Z. You can say, no, not accurate. Did I make a mistake? Yeah, but I'm going to learn from that. I'm going to grow from that. I'm going to use that to get better. Yeah, I made a mistake and got into an argument with my wife. Yeah, because I wasn't listening. So I'm going to do better next time. So that's how you start answering back. You don't allow that critic to dictate the narrative. You dictate the narrative. And the last thing, as far as it's concerned, don't try to do it in your mind. You think about home field advantage, right? Who has the advantage? Like if someone comes into our home, they don't know the layout of the home. They don't
Yep.
know the intricacies and the doors and the rooms and everything like that. We do. So if the Vader came into our house and we knew they were coming, guess what? We know how to attack them. We know where to hide. We know where to pop out. We have that information. It's the exact same thing. If you try to fight in your head, it's like going into a place unprepared and blindfolded. You're going to lose every single time. Talk to yourself out loud. Write the stuff down. Do not allow that narrative to continue to run in your head.
If it's one of the main points, in fact, I just was having a conversation on message with somebody else. The hardest part is taking to accountability where you stand, your self-compassion, where you stand with that problem of self-doubt in itself. Because self-doubt, like Doc said, is an enemy. I never did look at it like that as an enemy, but it really is an enemy of people's other beliefs that's been driven into you. And you just latched onto that. When Doc said that thing is chaining you down, when you look at it real deeply, the most successful people don't have self-doubt because they really don't give a crap what happens. They go for their business. They go for the thing. They run over with this. Now, if you have self-doubt and that thing is holding you back, you can't step forward. So take this thing as part of the self-doubt where it's like, it's part of an opportunity to change on the next side over. If there's not many problems with it, there's so many problems if you stay chained with it. You can think about the problems. You can think about why I'm not going forward. I'm not making enough money. Why I have problems in relationships. Why I don't know how to talk. Like Doc said, all the way down the line. But if you look at it as, how can I change the opportunity and smash this enemy in the face? Because you have the home field advantage, like Doc said. I'm reiterating. You know yourself. You know what you're capable. Maybe fear might be holding you back. Maybe a lack of guidance. Is this what we're trying to provide? Professional coaching, mixing with a little therapeutics to make it saucy so that you can become that person that controls the room. Walk in a room with body language that women want to be attracted to. Because confidence is sexy. I was just having a conversation with my wife about the difference between a man can have money, he can have stuff, but if he don't have confidence and he can't provide and protect, guess where that woman guess where that partner is gonna gravitate to? You're gonna be the one that she's gonna take everything from, and then you're gonna have the other one that she wants to get paid.
Yep.
Because she feels protected. She feels confident. She feels this. And at the end of the day, that's a big problem. We want to get you guys over that hump.
Yeah.
You might be on the real small precipice of just getting to that point. We want to provide you the solution to having not just self-doubt. We want you to give you confidence. I want you to walk in a room with your head on high, chest plus, with an aura of fire roaming around you. And I want you to feel that way because of what you've already been through in life. And it's not that it's not that hard. We just might be Gordon, Doc, you guys been through this. No, it's because we see this every day. It's this is why you have coaching. And I want you to walk in a room where you can control that body language. I want you to have that feeling of women might be coming to you, might be going to a bar, and just by your behaviors, women want to get curious. People want to get curious. Now I'll give you another short story. So we went to LA last week. My friend's wife wanted to meet me, and she goes, "Now I know what you're talking about with Gordon and what he's capable of doing." Just seeing me, talk to me, basically grilled me. And then she found out certain things. Then she wanted to meet my wife yesterday because now we're going to go into a business of certain things. And she told my wife, if this thing works out, we buy the factory for you. So they had a good conversation. We had a good meeting. It's really stuff, but the confidence, none of the self-doubts, the compassion, the empathy for yourself, and to squash the inner critics, to have an affirmation of self-doubt that's higher than your enemy. Ooh, that is so good that self-doubt is an enemy, because I never did think of it that way. What does self-doubt and small wins coincide? Explain that to our viewers.
So the way our brain operates, right? You might think that some victories are bigger, more significant than others. We look about that on the outside. We think about winning the Super Bowl is a whole lot more than winning our little Pee Wee League team game when we're kids, or the pickup game we were playing. Our brain does not distinguish. Our brain does not have a ranking order of significance of events that we've accomplished when it comes to confidence. Our brain doesn't operate like that. It
Interesting.
operates in it's ones and zeros. Did we accomplish it? Yes or no? That's it. Is this something we set out to do and we did it? Yes or no? And the thing is, even the concept of small wins, there's no real small win. The win is a win. And that allows you start picking up on those small wins and understand the value in them, because the value in them it's like fuel for your system. It's fuel for your brain, because every win, small, right, is telling your brain, we can do that. We
Yes.
can do that. We can do that. And it just keeps building and building and building. It doesn't matter what it is. And now, so for us, we can now look back on those things and say, hey, I was able to overcome this. I was able to do this. And it just builds and allows us to push and go further and further. Here's where self-doubt comes in and starts killing the game, unfortunately, right? Because like I said before, there's a lot of people who are extremely successful and are full of self-doubt, which seems like, what's going on? You know, like how do they coexist? How can you have self-doubt, but you can still be super successful? I'll tell you this right now, because success is just a formula.
Yep.
Honestly. Yeah, Gordon, you talk about marketing, right? Just listen, once you know the formula, you just plug and play. It's like math. You just plug it in, play. X equals 3, this. So that doesn't necessarily make you feel and believe that, oh, I can do it. Because what happens with self-doubt then says, that inner critic, that enemy says, oh, you just got lucky. Oh, someone helped you. Oh, anybody could do that. Oh, all these excuses. Someone else would be a better husband. Someone else would be a better father. See, you didn't do that right this time, right? So that negativity still just sticks in you. So even though it looks like you're being successful, right, that negativity is still killing you. So yes, is it important to still have those small wins? 100%. And it's just important to recognize those small wins. Absolutely. But you have to kill that critic. You have to shut him down, because that critic is going to minimize every single win. And when he does that, it breaks the connection between them. So you always feel like you're not good enough. You always feel like you're not confident. You don't really have anything to pull back on. You minimize and downplay your success when you let that inner critic continue to speak that negativity over your life. I would say, so as far as that's concerned, you got to kill the noise from the inner critic. Then you really got to connect those wins, those small wins. You got to connect them over and over again, let them build. And here's what happens, Gordon, when you do that. When you're silencing the critic, right? Your foot's on his neck, you're choking him, right? But you're building this stuff up here, your belief in yourself starts to go up more and more. When you start learning that you win or learn but never lose, it starts going up more and more. So now you'll get to a spot where maybe you can take your hand off the critic, because you're so powerful now. Your belief in yourself is so powerful now. Your confidence is so powerful now that his voice doesn't really have any power anymore. Oh, see, you didn't make that mistake that time. Yeah, no, I did make a mistake. And yeah, maybe I lost $1 million in this deal, but I've learned. I'm going to go back and make 10, 15, $20 million from that one mistake I made. $1 million education, not a big deal, right? That's the power of putting the critic to the side, building those wins and connecting them, because it builds up and bolsters up your ability to really believe in yourself. And then you're able to not only silence the critic, but also be able to accomplish whatever it is you're setting out to do at that time.
I'm curious, Doc, from everything that you said right there, because that critic is so critical to how you move forward and stuff. Who are some of the self-doubt partners? If I'm looking at self-doubt as like a being now, a character, right?
Yeah.
What are some of the problems self-doubt brings with his partners that, guys, self-doubt is just, let's go back. Week 1, we did this. The audio series started with understanding what confidence was, right? This week, yesterday was cognitive and personal patterns that you have. You see the pattern here, guys? We're going through this. These are some of the things that we addressed off the headlines in the replays you can see on YouTube. Boundaries and Brotherhood. This week was overcoming that self-doubt, right? And how you use it as characters. And guys, we got 7 more of these things going on, because we can create this audio series. But if you want to fast track, guys, reach out to one of us. Leave a comment. You see the shorts going on every every day, shorts or inspirational videos I put up going, because I want you guys to be in a place, like I said, where you can punch self-doubt in the face and his partners. What are some of the partners self-doubt brings along?
Oh man, I wish I could say they're partners, but they're actually not partners. I said
Oh,
before,
okay.
self-doubt's an enemy. And so what the
Okay.
enemy does,
The,
comes
the
in,
gang of enemies that
yeah,
we're gonna fight.
he comes in and he hijacks your own processing system. He hijacks
Oh,
your
okay.
emotions. He hijacks how your brain operates. That's what he does. And he starts using your own emotions against you, your own thoughts against you. He starts using that to create beliefs. And self-doubt's like a cancer. Self-doubt's
They oh
right,
oh my goodness. Self-doubt is I gotta
right there. And
Doc is
you know,
dropping nuggets here today. He's dropping nuggets today. Is a cancer. That's a hook, headline, a sinker, all together in one right there. That's that's a workshop.
that's coming for you
Yes,
guys.
that's
Yeah,
next.
that's
Yes.
100% coming for you guys. Because that's what it is. Self-doubt is literally a cancer. What does cancer do? Cancer is a disruptive cell, right? The DNA is damaged or whatever. It hijacks your system to multiply itself. It will take over and continue to take over until the entire organism is destroyed. And so what does it use specifically? So it uses anxiety. It uses the feeling of being overwhelmed. It uses frustration. It uses disappointment. It uses guilt. It actually turns guilt into shame. It uses jealousy. I mean, when I say it hijacks your system, it literally gets in there and every unpleasant emotion, it takes them over and uses them against you. It starts with hijacking them and putting new meaning to them. You're anxious or you're scared. Oh yeah, they're not gonna like you. You know how much you messed. You remember that mistake you made. You this and that. You can't handle all that. Like it starts using that and generating those emotions, and then all of a sudden you start believing it. Yeah, no, you're right. Now it is too much. Oh, that is too big of a crowd. Oh no, I can't talk to her. Oh, her friends are there. What is she gonna say? I'm gonna be rejected. Oh, this business is never gonna work. Like and it's just using all of your own stuff against you, your whole factor, all the stuff that you could use to excel and expand and grow and scale. It's using that against you to destroy you. And so, as far as like self doubt is concerned, like that's what it comes itself, but then it takes over your own mind, your own thoughts. It hijacks your beliefs. It gets you start to manifest things that destroy yourself, bringing things to light that don't even exist until you start bringing them to light. Perfect example. The
You
self-doubt's in there. Oh gosh, you're awkward, you're weird, no one's gonna like you, no one's this, that, and da-da-da. And then guess what happens? Now you're right. And so what do? Now you don't look up, now your shoulders are slumped, now you're all closed off, now you talk with a low voice. And then people try to engage with you, but because self-doubt has hijacked your mind, it literally has you create a person who people don't want to be around. And so
right.
you use that as evidence as to see nobody likes me. I'm not important. This and it's had self doubts like, yeah, you're right. Nobody likes you. Da 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 da. And then again, like I said before earlier, that what's at stake here are people's lives, because that thought process only goes on so long because you need an answer. And then when self doubt shuts off all of your faculties for you to actually find a viable answer, for you to actually recognize who the enemy is, you think, I don't want to feel this way anymore. So let me just either commit suicide or get on drugs and alcohol and then slowly kill myself that way. That's what ends up happening. So self-doubt is, yeah, he might come by himself, but the damage he could do by just hijacking what you have. Because here's the crazy part. That's just how powerful your system is. If you could just grab him by the neck, right? And just
Yep. Yep.
squeeze
Squeeze them.
and then get a hold of your system, your emotions, your thoughts, your beliefs, all that, and get a hold of your system. Imagine the power of what you could do. Imagine that. I'm like, I've lost about 20 years on my life, if not more, probably more, honestly. The reason why I say that, and everyone behold everything in its time and everything, I understand that. But if I didn't have self-doubt holding me down from the time I was a single age child, imagine if I believed I really could do anything. Imagine if I was stacking these wins. Imagine if imagine how many men's lives could have been saved if we were doing this work when we were younger, Gordon. Imagine that. Imagine we came out the gate, right? And we were like, nope, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna save men. We're gonna kill self-doubt and build confidence. Imagine how many years we would have there. 25 years. But we would have had a lot of time So self-doubt, it can actually rob you of the most valuable resource you have, and that's time. Because there's some things, Gordon, that me and you can no longer take advantage of because of our age. We just can't.
True. That's
You
true.
know, if we were invested, like we can start investing now and everything. Yeah, we still got time on our clock. But imagine if we started investing when we were freaking 20 years old. We started working and we started investing. Both of you right now, me and you, we were multimillionaires, multimillionaires. So self-doubt, this is the seriousness. I just want to drive this point home. Self-doubt can steal the most valuable resource you have, and you can never get it back, and that is time. You do not have time to play with self-doubt anymore. You need to move on this immediately. And that's reaching out to us and letting us know so we can actually help you. But there is no time. There's no time to waste when it comes to this situation, when it comes to self-doubt.
Because when you look at self-doubt and from what the problems and that comes along with it, and if you can strangle it, Doc hit a home run today because
You know?
he used to be you guys, he knows the answers and delve into the field that he's in so he can help individuals like yourself not go down the same path that you have. He knows how to cure it. Self-doubt, anxiety, the all those emotions, the gang of negativity, that cancerous cells. Once you can zap that out and you have a mindset where you can just say, screw it, and I'm just going to go with it, things start to change. The people you hang around with, the stuff that you get, all of that goes away because then you start walking differently. You start talking differently. You start doing things differently. And guess what happens? Put it in your mind. What would happen if you could strangle self-doubt, kick all those negative emotions? I'm not saying you don't not to have them, but if you can control them and put them in a box when you want to, how much power is that alone? If I want self-doubt to come out just because, say I'm running some sort of game with somebody and I strangle them out and put them back in my pocket whenever I can, and have the emotional intelligence and the control to do that, how much power would you have? How much would your life change if you could do that in sales, business, relationships, in yourself? Imagine, guys, what you could do with that type of power, and it's already in you. The thing is that it's already in you. It's our job to bring it out, to coach you, to give you the blueprint, to give you the frameworks. When you're a professional, when you don't just look at the person now, I look at the frameworks and I start fixing it right there on the spot because you already been there, right? Guys, this was an unbelievable one because Doc, you figured out how to sexify everything. Put it in the terms that could make it happen to create the blueprint, the frameworks to make it happen for other individuals like you guys watching either on the short, the full replay. I know some of you guys are watching this on live. You guys are going to watch this on our replay. Doc, take us home because I can't even contain myself on what you drop here today because next week's one is building that emotional awareness to what we just talked about today. In fact, we touched on some of that, right?
Yeah.
I want you guys to leave a comment, identify one thing that's holding you back so that we can take you a step forward towards confronting that. And if you have to have a difficult situation with yourself, it's okay to talk to the mirror. It's okay to meditate. It's okay to pray.
Yeah.
As long as the mirror is not grabbing, that person in the mirror is not grabbing your neck because you're the self-doubt, I want you to grab that person in the neck and put a picture on that. It's going to help a lot, Doc. In fact, if we can create characters to make it happen where each thing is like that movie.
The feelings one.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
You mean, I'm going to make one out of it. Yeah, this was unbelievable.
Yeah, guys, I cannot stress enough how the dangers of self-doubt. I cannot stress it enough. I cannot stress how what happens when you lose that time, how it keeps you from truly growing, from truly experiencing and enjoying all the things and successes that you've had in your life. Like, you're gonna be missing out on moments that you'll never get back. You're gonna be missing out on moments with your children, wondering, man, they're out the house now, and because I had all this self-doubt, I couldn't really connect with them like that. I was projecting a lot of stuff on them. Now they have issues that I've had. Again, these are the things that are at stake. But the thing is, it's possible to overcome this. We can overcome it. Again, because not you, right? It's not you. It's the lies it's telling you about you not being enough. The lies it's telling you about how you got to do more and how you got to give and never. Those are all lies. It's not you. And once you recognize that, dang, that's not me, and you start fighting back against it instead of just believing it and going along with the narrative that it's giving you. The narrative that you're trash or you're useless or you're worthless or you'll never be good enough or no one loves you, no one cares about you. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know that narrative. You get a chance to change that. You can get a chance to change that. But again, if you don't take this seriously, that self-doubt just sits there. As my mom says, nothing changes. If nothing changes, it's only going to get worse because there are no constants in life. We're either getting better or we're getting worse. As your self-doubt builds over time, it's only going to get worse. Do yourself a favor, do your loved ones a favor, and take that step and reach out so we can help you break the chains of self-doubt off of your life so you can be the man you are supposed to be and that you want to be, that you envision yourself to be.
Yeesh, absolutely, babe. Guys, as we're on the third week, I want to give you a brief sample of what's coming down the pipe. This is part of our workshop on confidence. The workshop modules include understanding self-confidence, correcting cognitive distortions, cultivating a positive mindset, mastering emotional regulation, building healthy relationship with yourself, your kids, your relationship, your work people, and practical applications. These are some of the things that's coming down the pipe that we want to give you so you can correct yourself, and all in a workshop format so you can be tightly knit. But guys, I just want to tell you, it really blows my mind when you have all the answers within yourself, but just need a little push in the right direction. That's what boundaries and brotherhood is for. You got to have some boundaries. We're going to break some boundaries, but you also have a safe place, Doc said, to break these chains, to do things for yourself, so you can break the cycle of evolution. The problems I have because I think some of my kids is too arrogant and confident. Where to get that from? We're going to have interactive sessions. We're going to have access to a community that we're building right now. Workshop durations and some competitive analysis and assessments so that you can measure your goals and gains through the smart level. What is it? Smart mastery system. And it's going to be certain tiers that you guys can jump on into. I'm not saying you're going to be a millionaire CEO, you can afford this. We want to start wherever that you can fit in because every man needs help. Everybody needs brotherhood, camaraderie. Everybody needs that.
Yeah.
Whether they want it, that all depends on the trust and evaluation level and have a holistic approach of what's going on in this thing, right? If I was to create all of this in a day, Rome wasn't created in a day. These are deep subjects.
Yeah.
Now, I just want to end with that, Doc. You got anything else? I'll let you lead out in. Reach out to us, guys. If you're watching this on YouTube, we're getting a lot of traction now. One video where I got 500 something hits. I do inspirational stuff on there. Stay tuned. I try to do 6 a night. It's Gordon Wat from Boundaries and Brotherhood. Doc, take it away. Close us out.
All right, guys, it's Dr. Keith Fairclough, Boundaries and Brotherhood. I'm going to leave y'all with one last thing. And this is something that's kept me alive and kept me going this far so I could actually kill this enemy called self-doubt. And that is just don't give up. I know you might be tired. I know you might be frustrated. I know you might feel like you tried everything. The one thing that I decided to do when I was really young, and I praise God for it because honestly, I don't know where it came from. I don't know where it came from. Now, I'll share a quick story as a kind of like an outro. When I was younger, I never knew what skills I had. I didn't have any show me, so I couldn't sing, couldn't dance, couldn't play sports, wasn't fast, wasn't strong. I wasn't a good speaker, nothing. I didn't know what skills I had. So I just thought God had forgot to give me a skill, so I just decided to choose one for myself. And I said, if I can do anything, the skill I'll pick up is I just won't give up. That's it. I never forget, I was a kid. I don't know how that thought process had to have been God, because what kid is thinking in this kind of way? I said to myself, I can pick any skill, any talent, any ability. I'm going to pick the ability to not give up. And I promise you right now, I've been to the brink. I know what it looks like to look into the abyss and having to stare back into you. I understand what that looks like. I didn't jump. no matter how bad it got, that one thing inside me, no matter how much the enemy had his foot on the back of my neck, on my back, how he had me down and chained and bound, the one thing I knew for certain, deep in my soul, in my mind, and my heart, that this enemy of self-doubt could not touch was the ability to not give up, to continue to persevere. And I promise you right now, that is what allowed me to make it this far, so I could destroy my enemy and be here to help you guys do the same. Don't give up. Continue to persevere. I know it's hard. I know you probably have breakdowns behind the closed doors. You feel alone. You feel tired. You feel unloved. You feel like nobody cares. I get it. I understand. I've been there. I know how bad it hurts. Do not give up. Help is here. Help is here. I'll catch up with y'all next time.
Beautiful, guys. Aloha.
Thanks for watching. Please be sure to watch the full series on our channel.